Welcome, one and all, to Pacific Mystery School. We are in the second Saturday tarot class, and today we are going to be talking about Earth Sister's fabulous journey of heart and soul. And on this journey, she is seeking to find her sacred offering, the offering of her life, the offering that she has to give on the planet. We begin by reviewing that what we are doing in our process is path work on the tree of life. So we are studying all the paths of the tree of life. And what we are learning, part of what we are learning in our study, is that every path is a two-way street. Every path on the tree of life goes in both directions. We have learned that Earth Sister has three lights that she can access. And we learned this in particular on Wind Sister's journey. When Wind Sister took a journey up the middle pillar of the Tree of Life, beginning with the moon, going to the sun, and finally into the stars. Well, Earth Sister is going to take a journey in a different direction, but she is also going to encounter lights. Earth Sister is of the four elements. She is of Water Sister, who is of the heart. She is of Fire Sister, who is of the spirit. She is of Wind Sister, who is of the mind, consciousness, the intellect. And she is holding all those energies within herself as the power of manifestation. Earth Sister is created of living water. And here we see the one of water from Tarot of the Spirit. She is of the fire of living spirit. And here we have the one of fire from Tarot of the Spirit. And then next, she is of the living breath of the cosmos and of consciousness. Finally, she is the living earth containing all of these elements within her own being. She begins at home in her temple. And what we are looking at here is the Four of Fire card, the temple card, the temple of the universe. And when you look at Earth Sister, you can see that she has the temple within her own being. So she begins at home in her temple. She has her altar set. Here is her altar before her. She is in the middle. This is her living altar within her living temple. And on the north of the altar, at the north, we see the one of earth. To the east, we see the one of wind. In the south, we see the one of fire, and in the west, the one of water. This is the sacred tetragrammaton. That is the beginning of all the elements that will set the universe in motion. Soon they will begin to spin together and they will spin out new life. At her altar, she is asking the question, what is my sacred offering? Question is her journey into. Quest, journey, I-O-N means into. So the question begins her journey into her sacred path. And on this path, she's asking, what is my sacred offering? What is my offering in spirit? What is my offering in heart? What is my offering in mind? What is my offering in body? The spirit is the fire, the heart is the water, the mind is the air, the body is the earth. What will I bring forward? She listens. She goes deep inside her own consciousness, deep inside her own psyche, and she hears, journey the two-way path into darkness to know. Journey in your mind. Follow the message and the messenger that appears before you. Now she is going to begin to embark on the path of the moon. And here we see the moon moving off to the right like a river, and calling her on the path of the moon is the messenger, the hermit, saying, come, come, come this way. Step into the river of consciousness. You will find yourself on a quest of heart. You will find yourself on a quest of heart. Now, if we look at the left of the screen, to the left, we see the tree of life. And on the bottom of the tree, we see a heart shape that encompasses 8 paths. The 10 on the bottom of the tree, and that's where Earth Sister lives. Then the moon moving off to the right, landing in sphere 7, then going back down the path of the star to Yesod, to number 9, sphere number 9, which is in the middle of the heart, and then back up the path of the sun to sphere number 8, back down the path of resurrection and arriving back home. All of these are paths of the tree of life, including the 7, the 8, and the 10. A path doesn't have to connect 2 different aspects. It's called a path because it goes deeper and deeper and deeper into itself and reveals and reveals and reveals to us. That is why this is called doing path work on the tree of life. So we begin by stepping into this river of consciousness as we travel with Earth Sister. She steps into the path of the moon, and the first thing that she encounters on this path are the wolves, the wild and domesticated wolves. Here are the 8 stages of the journey she will travel. She's going to begin with this path of the moon, which is the path of Pisces. Every one of these paths has an astrological sign associated with it or symbol. So she will be stepping into Pisces and into a mysterious labyrinth. Then she will move into the 7th sphere, Venus, and this is the sphere of the vision quest. From there, she will move back down toward number 9 on the path of the star. The star is Aquarius, and it is all about the discovery of the cosmological future. Then she will go into sphere 9, which is the astrological moon. So we have 2 moons appearing. One is the path she begins on. Then she goes into path number 9, Yesod, and that is the astrological sphere of the moon, and it is the subconscious. Then she moves back upward toward number 8 on the path of the sun. The sun, the astrological sun, and this represents the conscious mind, the conscious self. Then she comes to sphere number 8, which is Mercury, It's about communication. It is also about symbolization, the power of symbolization and communicating through symbols or symbolic reality. The next path that she moves upon is resurrection. Resurrection is the path of primal fire. And on this path, she is going to have to rend the veil to go home. She will end in the 10th sphere where she began. And this 10th sphere is astrological Earth. It is called the sphere of creation completed. It is the place of home, the place of the great work. She begins by walking through her fears. She has fears in spirit, in heart, in mind, in body, fire, water, air, and earth. She has known trials by fire, trials by water, both in this life and beyond, ancestrally. She has experienced trials of consciousness as she sought to understand. And she has also experienced trials of individuation. And that means as she sought to know herself, as she sought to understand herself and what was meaningful to her. And again, as she follows this path on the riverbank, we see the hermit in the distance. The hermit and the moon are always associated together. And that is numerological. It's because the moon in the tarot is key number 18, and 1 and 8, 1 plus 8 equals 9. The hermit is 9. 18 and 9 always travel together numerologically. The moon and the hermit says, this is a path you must walk alone. The first thing she encounters is wolf medicine. What is the meaning of the wolf medicine on the path of the moon? And here she is walking away from her feeling of domestication, and she is walking into her wildness. She is learning to separate that out. How has she been domesticated? And how is she wild? Who is she really? That is the question. And as the wolves are howling, the cat is also howling at the door. And I am smiling because my kitty is howling, and I'm going to let my kitty in. Kitty cat medicine. Cat medicine is a little different than dog medicine. And now we're on the wolf medicine. Oh, here's the cat again. She always wants to come when I'm doing something very important. She wants to participate with me. The moon, changeability. The moon is called creations of the created. That's the esoteric title. It is also called flux and reflux. It is all about that which changes. Rather, it is the appearance of change. Because as we know, the moon itself doesn't really change, but the appearance of the moon changes. How will we find what changes and what is constant? That is part of our quest. It is part of our journey on the path of the moon. The moon is Pisces. Pisces energy, the fish going deeper, two fish, swimming perhaps in opposite directions. The fish represent deep intuition, the deep intuition inside the cosmic sea. Pisces dissolves the ego of the personal self. And as we feel our ego dissipating, we may begin with a sense of confusion as we begin to feel like we might be losing who we think we are. We might have a sense of fear in the beginning, or desolation, or being out of control, or even being plagued by demons. And what happens in our Piscean journey is that the door into expansive consciousness is open. The moon is called the corporeal intelligence. And I love this word, corporeal. What does it mean? Corp in Latin means body. This is all about the body, the solid body. Corporeal relates to the physical, and it is said on this particular path, it relates in the beginning, if we're traveling up, it relates to the physical, but not the spiritual, not the immaterial, or not the intangible. Incorporate means to unite in or as one body. Core or corpse is an organized body with divisions. A corps d'élite, best people in the category. The Marine Corps, the Corps de Ballet, the ballet troupe. A corpus is the main body or structure of a thing. It is a collective body of knowledge. It's a corpus of knowledge. And then, as you're already ahead of me on this and thinking about this, the corpse, a corpse, we usually think of as a dead body, but it also means a living body. The corpse is the body. But for us culturally, we think of it as a dead body, the remains of something that is now discarded or defunct. Now, again, this path goes two ways, because as we are traveling the moon down from sphere 7 to sphere 10, it becomes more and more and more and more corporeal. As we are traveling the direction Earth Sister is going from the 10 to the 7, it becomes more and more unincorporated, more and more spiritual, more immaterial, more intangible. The moon, therefore, is the path of mystical initiation. There's also a Hebrew letter associated with each one of these paths, connecting paths. And the moon in Hebrew is Kaf, and Kaf means back of the head. The back of the head is the medulla oblongata. That's where the medulla oblongata is situated. It's the back of the head, which is at the base of the skull and the very top of the spine. It is the part of the vertebrate brain that controls involuntary vital functions. It is said in the mystery school tradition that the labyrinthine journey that we take to learn, that journey which goes inward, begins in the medulla oblongata, which is a labyrinthine path. It is called the secret eighth chakra. And in that place, it is said, we receive whispers, messages, guidance. That's where it comes in. It has been said, into the medulla oblongata. Earth Sister's journey begins by walking this labyrinth inside her own self, into the spiritual, into her spiritual nature. On the path of the moon, we enter our quest for vision, our visionary experience. At the end of the path of the moon, we find ourselves in the seventh sphere. The seventh sphere is the power of transmutation. It is the place where the vision quest happens. And here we see the 4-7 cards from the Tarot of the Spirit. We see the 7 of fire, courage, 7 of wind, many tongues, 7 of water, insight, and 7 of earth, the garden. In spirit, in fire, what we learn is that we have the courage to try. This is what Earth Sister is learning. She has the courage. She has already begun by facing her fears and working with the wolf medicine. In heart, which is the water, she begins to imagine what could be. That's the place of insight. In the mind, she begins to glimpse a shimmering new future. What could that be? And she has the impulse to begin to share that. And you can see on that card, many tongues, the moon in Aquarius, new ways of knowing. And then in earth, the body, the question, might we leave the old corpus behind? Might we imagine the new? And Earth Sister begins to feel strongly, let's imagine a new earth. Let's imagine a new earth. After she sits in this vision quest, in her vision quest space for a long, long time, images begin to form. Not that you can put them all together right away, because it's going to take time. She sees light while she is in her vision quest, and this is the light of the star, guiding her into the third stage of her journey. She leaves the vision quest sphere and walks in the direction of the star. Keep in mind, her entire journey is happening in her own consciousness, in her own mind. In her mind, she walks into the path of the star. And as she does this, she is walking into her cosmological birthright. This is a rite of passage, understanding the star. And as she goes through this, she begins to realize she will never be the same again. She begins to redefine who she is, who she thinks she is. And she comes to understand that she is, in fact, universe itself. She is living universe. She is the magic of the universe. She is the spirit, the heart, the mind, and the body of the universe. Fire, water, consciousness, manifestation, star medicine, cosmological connection. You will remember that wolf medicine was the medicine of the moon, and for the star, it's cosmological connection. She learns upon this path that she is the daughter of the firmament and the dweller between the waters. Those are the two esoteric titles of the path of the star. Daughter of the firmament and dweller between the waters. And what this means is that she has entered a liminal state, an in-between state, yet another state where messages can come through. The star is called the cosmological intelligence. And we see strength associated with the star. Strength is all about healing. And the reason that strength is associated with the star is because the star is number 17 in the tarot, and 1 plus 7 equals 8. 8 is the path of strength. And so this is strength we're looking at, and these two cards travel together through the tarot, the star and strength, in the very same way that the hermit and the moon travel together. The moon and the hermit, hermit and the moon, star and strength, strength and the star. Wherever strength appears, behind strength the star will be. Strength is all about the power to heal in spirit, heart, in mind, and in body. To heal means to make whole. And that is what Earth Sister is seeking, her own wholeness. The star is called the cosmological intelligence, and it's also called the natural intelligence. This natural intelligence is a glimpse into the new potential for yourself and your species. Earth Sister says, I see I can be different, and I believe my species can be different. This is the glimpse of the cosmic self, the true self. This is soulmatehood with the universe. It is the realization that you are living cosmos. You are alive. You are of the cosmos. You are in the cosmos. You are made of all of the cosmological aspects and factors and substance and energies. This insight can begin to heal your corporeal wounds. It is so profound that this is wisdom that we want to catch and remember. How can we catch it? How can we hold it? How can we retain it? You yourself, you are the essence of the star. You are also the mountain in fruition, which is one of the names of Earth Sister. She's called the mountain in fruition, and the mountain means earth. It's a metaphor for earth. It is about the earth journey. Being on the mountain is a metaphor for being alive on the planet Earth. How can we hold this mystery? How can we retain the mystery? And as I mentioned, each of these cards has a Hebrew letter associated with it. And for the star, the letter is called Zadi, and it means fish hook. And there we see the letter, and that is an enlargement of the letter that is on the star card. Fish hook. We are moving through the cosmic sea in our consciousness. We are seeking the eternal cosmological intelligence, seeking to understand who we really are. We are fishing for that intelligence and that understanding. And there's a point where we realize in our fishing, we have been fished. We sought to lure and captivate the knowledge, As it turns out, we have been lured and captivated by the knowledge. We have become hooked by it. And now Earth Sister goes forward. How can I capture this wisdom? That is the question. How can I hold the wisdom that is appearing, that is coming in all of these messages? The star is Aquarius. You are Aquarius. You are the power of Aquarius. Aquarius seeks a mental framework within which to develop a conceptual understanding of the internal awakening. We awaken, we awaken, we awaken. And again, how can we hold that? How can we contain that? And the awakening keeps coming. It comes in wave after wave after wave of energy. It comes in thoughts. It comes in pieces of dreams. It comes in fragments of ideas, in images. All of these images that we feel, that we experience on our vision quests, as we travel the paths, all of these images are absorbed in our subconscious. Everything flows in to our subconscious. Our magical path flows into sphere number 9 on the tree of life, which is our subconscious arena. It is our storehouse of knowledge, not necessarily organized, but everything is there. The 9th sphere, the subconscious. The subconscious is the power of absorption. It absorbs, it absorbs, it absorbs everything. In the subconscious, memories are found, memories are lost, and memories are rediscovered. Everything is there. In the subconscious, from this place, Earth Sister knows in a certain disorganized fashion, in the area of spirit, she has soared now beyond the corpus of knowledge. In heart, in water, she has felt cosmic love on the path of the star. In wind, in the mind, in the intellect, she has transcended the corporeal and moved into the spiritual, the immaterial. In earth, she has discovered, or is beginning to discover, alchemical gold. And what does that mean? That's where the lead of the self, weighted down in the material, begins to transform, transcend, and become the golden being. As she becomes the golden being of herself, led into gold. That's the alchemical gold. From the distance, coming into the subconscious, she feels more light, another light, and it's the light of the sun. She is called to begin to move upon the path of the sun out of the subconscious. The symbols that are floating around in that subconscious realm move now, fly out into the bright, illuminated realm where collective intelligence collects and is collected. The sun is called the collective intelligence, and it's also called the collected intelligence. The sun represents collective consciousness and what exists in the collective. And also it's the consciousness we ourselves as individuals collect. Your memories, your dreams, your reflections, your visions, your symbols, your symbolic structures all fly out of the subconscious. And when they do, it's generally all akimbo. They fly out into the collective field in a rather disorganized fashion in general. The sun medicine is to shine a light on it, illuminate it, and let's see what is there. The sun, on the path of the sun, we can heal thyself, heal thy wound, heal thy world by shining a light on it, understanding it. And as we do that, we can begin to create a new story. Earth Sister begins to create a new story for herself. She is on a journey to know and to understand her sacred offering. What could that be? What is she learning? She is on the path to make her offering. And she is learning that everything is new under the sun, contrary to the idea that there is nothing new under the sun. As it turns out, everything is new under the sun. Every single thing that exists is new under the sun. Every human is different. There have never been two humans the same since the beginning of the species. Every human has unique DNA. This also applies to the uniqueness that exists in the universe. Every star is different. No two stars are the same. And this has been the case from the beginning, and it will be the case forever. How can that be? No two humans the same, no two snowflakes the same, no two trees the same. They might look alike, they might be part of the same species, but it is not the same tree. Everything is new under the sun. The sun, the magus. Here now we learn that the sun and the magus travel together. The sun is number 19 in the tarot. 1 and 9 equals 10, which is the wheel of fortune. 1 plus 0 equals 1, which is the magus. These three cards will travel together. The sun, the wheel, the magus. Spin the wheel, be intentional, and create your fortune. The magus is the one, the number one. You are the one under the sun. Earth Sister is the one under the sun. You are as her. She is as you. Activate your altar. And here the magus on his altar or her altar has the wand, which is the ability to change reality. The chalice. In your chalice, hold the expanding universe. Let your heart expand into that universe. Your sword is your ability to analyze and to dispense. And then there's your coin. Your coin, value your wisdom, value your contribution, value yourself. The Hebrew letter for the sun is called Rish, the face. The face is about what we look for, what we see on the face of it. It is what we look at. And what we learn is we see what we look with. And what we look with is what we see. The sun is also about what we face, what is in front of us, what we are facing, what is facing us. What shows on the face of things, and also what remains hidden in darkness. And that's the letter on the bottom of the card. That's the enlargement from the sun card. I mean, the letter on the bottom of the screen. And here I have overlaid the Magus and the sun, those two cards that travel together. The esoteric title of the sun is Lord of the Fire of the World. That which sustains and provides. That's what the sun is. That which shines and also blinds. The sun is that which binds and also frees. The question is, for the one, for each one of us, what does the collective intelligence illuminate? What will you illuminate? What will you look at? What you look at matters, because that's what you're going to absorb. And that's what's going to go back into your subconscious mind. Step into your power. You have more power than you realize. This is the power of the Magus. Step into the light. The sun is all about realization, the power of realization, and ultimately spiritual realization. You are the Lord of the fire of the world. You are the Magus. You wield the light of the sun. Earth's sister moves from the path of the sun into the eighth sphere. The eighth sphere is the sphere of the power of symbolization. The power of symbolization. Making symbols, creating symbols. This is the field from which comprehensive symbolic systems emerge. And this is the field from which Earth Sister can impact the world. And here we are looking at the 4 eighths from the tarot, which live in the eighth sphere. The 8 of fire, the lightning flash of recognition. This is where we see how everything fits together at the same time. The 8 of water, deep introspection in this card. It's still waters, dropping down deep within to know and to see what seeds have been planted and what seeds we are continuing to plant. Then in the wind, the 8 of wind, power shield. We learn we are protected by our truth, our love, and the courage of our convictions. In earth, the mountain, we learn we are progressing. We are progressing. And it is much more about being on the mountain and how we step, footstep after footstep after footstep on the mountain. It's much more about being on the mountain and learning than it is about reaching the peak. We want the process of our life to be deep and rewarding. Earth Sister hears the message. Stay the course, stay the course, stay the course. Keep going. And now it's time for her to return, and to return back home to where she came from. She's going to have to travel this path of resurrection. And here we can clearly see the two-way street, the two-way veil of the resurrection card. In the first card that we're looking at on the screen, resurrection is moving from sphere 10 to 8. So that's if you start out in sphere 10 and then you move into the sphere of symbolization, sphere 8. That's usually the direction we're thinking about when we're thinking about this card. We imagine parting the veil to see a world we have never seen before, following a higher calling, and that's the way we're going to heal and the way we're going to move to another level, another perspective, another viewpoint. And then in the middle, we see the path of resurrection going in both directions, going up, parting the veil, opening onto new worlds, and there it also moves the other direction, going down, having seen, and then bringing it back. And then in the third case, we see the path that Earth Sister is taking. She is going from sphere 8 back to sphere 10 on the path of resurrection. So she needs to part the veil and move through to get back home, back to Earth, back to sphere 10, where she started. The first thing that she hears and realizes as she steps onto the path of resurrection out of the place of symbolization is gather your symbols together. What symbols have you attained on this journey? Bring those symbols together and begin to put them together, to frame them into something that makes sense. Claim your birthright. Rise up as the one, as the magus. And now we see her getting ready to cross through that veil. And now we see the Hebrew letter shin that is on her, in her belly there, pregnant with that. And that letter is primal fire. That is the power of resurrection, primal fire. It's the astrology of resurrection. And it's all about burning through with the primal spirit and primal fire of the universe. Rend the veil in the spirit of primal fire. And here we see Earth Sister's wand moving toward the fire, burning through the veil with the power of primal fire. She hears the message, may your symbols fly like birds and land in the hearts and minds of the people. Tell the story only you can tell. And here we have the priestess calling her through the path of resurrection. Why the priestess? Because again, resurrection is number 20 in the tarot. 2 plus 0 equals 2. 2 is the high priestess. These two cards always travel together. The priestess is holding the Akashic records in her hand, the book of life. She is pointing to that book of life, that scroll, pointing to the name of Earth Sister and saying, here's your name in the book. What is the story only you can tell? This is your sacred offering. This is your sacred offering into the universe and onto the earth. What is that story? Well, Earth Sister has journeyed deep into her question, taking this 8-stage journey. She has spent much time inside this journey, and then she has learned to rend the veil with cosmic spirit, cosmic fire, as cosmic spirit, cosmic fire, opening the veil to bring her message back through. This then is Earth Sister's offering. In the realm of fire, I am the spirit of cosmic life. And you will remember that she started out with her altar with the 4 cards in the 4 directions, the one of fire, the one of water, the one of air, the one of earth, fire. I am the spirit of cosmic love, cosmic life, inspire. I am the spirit of cosmic life. Fire is the life force energy, the spirit. And in water, I am the heart of cosmic love, which she felt on the path of the star. Air, I am the mind of cosmic consciousness. Whatever is in the universe is in my consciousness as well, because I am of the universe. Earth, I am the spark of eternal creation. And what is the overarching message that she is bringing? I bring a message of the cosmic earth. The earth is of the cosmos. Everything on earth is of the cosmos. Things are not as they seem. I bring a message of the cosmic earth. Now she is home again with her message. And these are the paths she has traveled. She is home again in the sphere of creation completed. She has traveled the path of the heart in 8 stages. First, she started in sphere number 10, her temple, herself as temple, creating her altar. Then she stepped onto the path of the moon and learned all about wolf medicine, facing her fears. She also learned that she is in the business of creating a new earth. She was shown, and you can see it on the card here, an image of the earth. And that image of the earth has a crustacean crawling out of it that indicates everything is in a process of becoming. Everything is becoming now. Moving through that, on that river with the hermit, she finally moves into sphere 7. And sphere 7 is that place of the vision quest. It's sitting, waiting, listening, knowing, realizing, listening for messages, something that we've never heard before, something she's never heard before. She moves out of sphere 7 on the path of the star, and there has a massive realization of cosmic realities, the cosmological intelligence, cosmological understanding. And that is the medicine of that card. Then she moves into her subconscious, and where everything is moving around in disconnected symbols, images, dreams, and so on, and then feels this light pulling her, and it is the path of the sun. What will you shine a light on? That's the medicine of the sun. From there, she moves into sphere 8, where she begins to put things together into a comprehensive body of symbols. The realization that she will return with. Now she follows the path of resurrection, moves through the veil, parts the veil. It's all about bringing healing to the planet with a new philosophy. And now she is home. This has been her journey. She learns, I am the perpetual intelligence, forever resurrecting. And this perpetual intelligence is the intelligence of resurrection. Each of these cards has an intelligence associated with it. And for resurrection, it's the perpetual intelligence. I rise up again and again, following the call to bring the power of healing home to my people. That is Earth Sister's call. And for her, the call is the realization of cosmological roots and cosmological becoming. Earth Sister, she is of cosmos created. This is what she has learned. Earth Sister of cosmos created. Earth Sister of cosmos creating. She is a temple of cosmos within a temple of cosmos within a temple of cosmos. She is the temple of the cosmos. She is the cosmic temple. That is what she has learned. And now it's time for you to take the journey and the path that Earth Sister has taken. It's time for you to travel your heart. It's time for you to find your sacred offering and then to cast your vision in the 4 directions. And so you can begin with the idea that this is your altar, the one of fire, the one of water, the one of wind, the one of earth. Your altar is set. What is your sacred offering in the area of spirit, in the area of heart, in the area of mind, in the area of manifestation? What is your sacred offering? And then when you know what your sacred offering is, you can cast it out into the universe in the name of fire, water, air, and earth, spirit, heart, mind, and manifestation. The dream of the coming cosmological earth is now cast throughout the universe. May it be so. And that is the affirmation. May it be so. And so you will now enter into a new story, and there you will abide. And now I offer to you a reading on the 8 stages of heart. So you can do this reading yourself at home, do this reading, linger inside of this reading. This could take a long time to understand what's coming to you, but here's how you can do it. You have your cards, your tarot cards, you shuffle them, and then you're going to place them in this pattern. Imagine that you are as Earth's sister, getting ready to take your journey. Card number 1 is going to be placed on the path of the moon. And the question for card number 1 is, what wildness can I reclaim? And that is that wolf energy, wolf medicine. So you place your card face down on the path of the moon. This is after you've shuffled and now you're drawing the cards. The next card goes in the place of sphere number 7, face down. What is the name of my vision? What is the name of my vision? So that will fit on number 7. Then your third card is on the path of the star. What is my cosmic destiny? Placing that on the path of the star. What is my cosmic destiny? The next card goes in sphere number 9. What revelation now emerges? That's the sphere of the subconscious, but what is the main thing that's going to pop out of the subconscious for you right now? What revelation now emerges? The next card goes on the path of the sun, and this will be an interesting one to look at. What currently dominates the collective intelligence? What is the collective intelligence shining a light on? So you can look at that as you're moving into sphere 8, the power of symbology, your symbology. Your 6th card, you place face down in sphere number 8 and ask the question, what is my symbol? What is my symbol? This symbol or this set of symbols is what you are going to want to bring back to Earth, what you want to bring into your life. So to do that, you will need to pass through that veil on the path of resurrection. So the 7th card goes in the place of resurrection, on the path of resurrection. How can I send my vision through the veil? How can I send my vision through the veil? And then the last card, when you're back home, sphere number 10, the place of Earth Sister, what is my most important offering to the world? What is my most important offering to the world? Okay, and then as you turn these cards up one by one, as you turn them over and interpret them, it's going to take quite a bit of interpretation, but this should be for you a breakthrough reading. We're going to conclude the video for today, but you can go back and pause it on this particular slide so that you can take this in more deeply, copy it down, or take a screenshot, take a picture of it so that you can work with it for some time. And I'd like to end with gratitude, in deep gratitude. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me today and for moving through Earth Sisters' journey with me. It has been such a privilege and an honor to be with you, not only today, but over all the years. Bless your path. Bless, bless, bless. Love.